body memory mapping. A red coat of Tinto-Tar macadam snaking through the Dalveen Pass, along and above an infant Clyde. Rabbits dead mark the passing furlongs. Crows, buzzards, stoats disperse before us as we drive down into the dale and are swallowed by freezing white air. Past the twisted pillars of Durrisdeer Kirk and under the high vaulted arc of a red stone viaduct armoured with ice teeth. Down into the permashade of Carron Bridge and servile demurral to Duke Dum. The castellated statement that is Drumlanrig, a knowledge of wealth. What is there to say about a place when the landscape is too big to fit on the page? What is possible with memories? What purpose to topographize the pan-dimensional illusions of time? I felt excited, apprehensive, intimidated by the solid block of freezing fog that was stuck to the village like mortar on a brick, making breathing painful. It was so cold, and colder still, the dark house drenched in patchouli and misery. A cold store for morbid thoughts to keep them alive when the love died years before. Gripping my own knees in alarm as he accelerated through those places, racing into and away from, trying not to touch the sides, not to let it catch you and hold you safe, hidden. But it did. Yes, it did. I rolled her and my children and myself down the hill, faster and faster, trying to shake loose, rattle my bones. Insequential consequences, the forming of lives from clay. Swam with a mink, naked in a thunderstorm, shocked most certainly. Took my children from damp house to damp house in transit Gloria. Diesel-driven orientation, very far from Eastern. Navigating single track, similar to one track but with less options or possibly fewer. Played drums in as many village halls as there are weekends. Dashed the white, waltzed Virginia, ate some, reeled home late. I hung my bed from the roof on fat hemp ropes, a Filipino sling. Me and a black cat under an ancient ash tree. Boys in the attic plotting adventure whilst I negotiated. Relations and relationships beside the score water. Deep brown pools with salmon hooked in under the sandstone bridge. Coracle Road and suited wet we swam the rapids. All this in Galavidia under lights both northern and confused. Beginnings. Walking through the forest with little light, eyes on stalks or sunk back into my head, understanding that nothing they could do would help. Slips of white moon fall between clouds and cut down in amorphous blooms that carve roots into portions of abstraction. We begin in breathless anticipation of a life's headlong rush into knowledge. Young mind open like a flower to receive all understanding. At a later time, the only thing that becomes clear is that we will never know. And however long our petals hold back against inevitable closure, we will always be at the beginning and not the end. Each day I begin again with you, and all previous knowledge sheds a small light on the wilderness and wildness. We look at one another, and our eyes show us only skin, cloth, a movement in the shadows. But I am walking through you, however unclear my path, and I know that I will find the way. Dark rain. Holding in the dark to all that means, holding on to everything that counts. Water landing like a baptism from sodden trees above, holding on tight where eyes can't see, to the shreds of innocence, shards of hope, holding on to grow, holding on to the handrail of the future as it flies through the night before us, our knuckles white on the bar, bodies fluttering behind. Holding on in the rain, water dropping along with leaves in the deepest, blackest night, falling into the centre of the earth in some fabulous, ridiculous machine, holding on until sleep, riding on through dreams out of the other side, the mountain of unknown, unguessed, the sea of night, swimming, holding, drifting. Holding on to the skeleton of desire, growing compassion by the bushel, holding around waist, neck, wrist, ankle, flying on a carpet of desires, following a torrent of water where it rages to end in a body of a thought, restrained by gravity above an orbiting, reeling, dancing, hold whirling forever into storms beyond count, tears beyond number, holding on for joy, holding on for more than a life, beyond death, beyond the nearest bus stop, fire hydrant, corner shop, accelerating ad infinitum, and never seen here no more, sir. Hold on a minute until time is gone and means nothing. A drop of rain, a tear, a kiss.